What is up, Taurus? Welcome to your general timeless reading. This is for Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter placements. So take what resonates and leave the rest. Don't force it to fit because it's general and it's timeless. So if you want a personal reading, you can book it down below. But, but let's get into it. Let's see what's going on for you, my dear. This is for all Taurus placements. And let's begin. Taurus. Hello. Let's see what's going on. Taurus. Taurus. I heard take chances. They show me frogs. Frogs are indicative of abundance. This might be financial opportunities. Frogs are also good luck to me. Let's see what else we have for you, Taurus. There's something very biblical about my channel right now. It's like raining frogs. And I'm like, this reminds me of like, okay, we're not going to go there. Past lives. That makes sense. Okay. I was about to say, why are we going into like this kind of past lives? Complete your unfinished business. Okay. So this is a karmic cycle that you're closing out right now. I was about to say, why does this feel so biblical? Let's see what else we got. Come here. Detox. It's time to purge, let go, release, and clear your energy. Yeah. So that would explain the rain of frogs, past lives and detox. So whatever it is that you have been really struggling with in your life is actually trying to leave. It's a cycle that's already done. It's just a matter of you accepting how it has ended. Even if to you it might seem unfinished, there's an emotional and energetic release happening around the circumstance. And we have Phoenix in reverse. Yeah. So that is like the resistance to the transformation, to the ending, to the release. So allow yourself to experience this because it's actually for your highest good. It's going to bring in a lot of clarity for you. You feel very heavy in the headspace. This tells me you might have a blocked crown or third eye. It feels more like crown energy. So if you're struggling to trust that everything is going to work out, I'm actually going to do another oracle deck for you. 222. And I just looked at the timer. Your read feels very different than the other two earth signs. And so I think that's why I did them out of order today. And I'll clarify this oracle deck. So let's see what Taurus most needs to know right now, please, Spirit. The temple path, anxiety, yeah, and the angel of strength. So your path is actually being exposed to you, right? There's a lot of fear about stepping onto this new journey, and that's rooted in these stories that we as a collective are trying to break down what's true, what's not true. Yeah, and then you have the door to romance. Very nice. 33 master number. I like that. Door to romance. So this might be a decision about a relationship. Doesn't have to be romantic, could be platonic, but it's also a door to the very things that light you up, that make you feel really loved, that make you feel really connected, and in the frequency of love, which is a very present, abundant frequency. Any final action? Yeah, so there's the resistance to wanting to step into this direction. Bottom of the deck is all tied up, which is equivalent to the Eight of Swords to me as a reader, okay? This is the energy of 5. So it's struggling to accept the change. 5s are indicative of change. You have the angel of strength in reverse, which breaks down to a 5 as well. Anxiety is a 9, so that's a completion. Then you have a 3, which is about opportunity and manifestation. And you have 2 more 3s over here. And you have 8, which is about building. It's a master CEO energy. So let's get into this, Taurus. I'm going to use Sacred Bee Tarot for you. And let's dive into what this opportunity, this templed path is for you, why it's showing up. Show me what I most need to see for Taurus about the templed path. This new adventure or this new, it feels like a discovery. Like this feels like something that's being presented to you. It's going to lead you, how do I want to put this? I feel like things are really going to like shoot off after this experience. Whatever is being offered to you, it is something that is, it doesn't feel like, it's not like different in the sense of like it's really outside of your box, but it feels more so like it is about to create a whole, it's got to open so many doors for you. That's really what this feels like. Yeah, Two of Wands. So it's the choice, right? So here's your choice. You can accept it. Yeah, Three of Cups. The Three of Cups is the card of celebration. It's the card of your soul tribe. This feels like a lot of networking. This feels like meeting a lot of new people. I like this energy for you. There's a lot of fear of stepping into this. Let's see why. Four of Cups in reverse. Okay. You're used to being in control of things, and if you're not, it's almost like you're fearful of not being accepted as you are. You're really struggling to open up your heart space to this as much as you do want it. Between the Four and the Three of Cups is an Ace of Cups in reverse. It's something that part of you is struggling to accept the very thing that you want. You know you want it, but it's just like, do I take that leap of faith? Like, what if I do and then I'm wrong, right? That limiting belief. Let's look at anxiety. You have the Seven of Pentacles and the Four of Wands and the Devil. There's just a fear of this new foundation. There's a fear of taking this commitment on because you're like, well, I've worked this hard and now it showed up. Like that, you might have put a lot of time and energy into something else and realize you have to let that go in order to take this opportunity. But this opportunity is the Four of Wands. The Devil after it has to do with your fear, your struggle to really see that, okay, this is something that is stable. Like I could really have this. Yeah. And then the Three of Wands in reverse. You're just very hesitant to take it on. Let's see what the divine has to say to you, what advice they have with the Angel of Strength. You will be very much so recognized for your efforts in this situation, whether it be a job or a partnership of some sort, relationship of some sort. Your efforts are really going to be recognized. With the 6 and the 5, there's an Ace of Wands energy. This could be even trying to build something again, but there's a big need to trust in yourself to know that you can do this. You're going to have to work with other people. I don't feel you in a leader position here. This feels like learning how to be in a really reciprocal dynamic with others, a really balanced dynamic, one in which you learn to be a team instead of its leader. That might be something that's difficult or challenging for you, but we are moving into a time of collaboration because we have all of this very intuitive, loving heart space energy in the collective. And what that does is it raises us to this frequency of the collective consciousness, right? Seeing us all as one, but knowing that all is one and one is also all, like the duality of that, and knowing I could go down a rabbit hole with that. We're not going to do that here. But it's basically realizing that the wheel keeps turning regardless of if you participate or not. So if you don't participate, the wheel is going to pass you by. So it's teaching you to jump on the effing wheel instead of trying to be the one dictating the direction in which it spins. Okay. I like this for you. Yeah, 5 of Pentacles. This is rooted in scarcity mindset. It's a fear of if you're not dictating the direction of this wheel or how it's moving, that things are not going to turn out the way that they're meant to for you. But the Star in reverse says that your hopes and dreams are going to come true. They're just going to come in a different form than what you anticipated. The Hierophant in reverse and the 6 of Swords. Let this contract, this relationship, whatever it is, let it fall apart right now. Let it. It doesn't mean that it's done, but let it fall apart. It needs to crumble. It needs to crumble because what it's showing is how both of you are crumbling internally as individuals, or you in this group are struggling. And it's, yeah, you have the 6 of Swords and the 5 of Swords because this needs to fall away so you can move to a place of peace. And so once you're in a place of peace, you can address this conflict, right? You can say, okay, let's see the truth of what this energy of defeat or betrayal or conflict really is. Like, is it within me or was it within the situation, or is it something of my own making? My right side just really got like a sharp shooting pain. That's the masculine side at the crown of my head. Tells me this might be rooted in a false story to yourself. Like, oh, they don't love me, or I'm not. Yeah. Knight of Swords in reverse, the false story. So arguments rooted in fear, basically, right? Because anytime we have this projection of I'm not lovable, I'm not worthy, or I failed, or I'm not enough, it's really because one person's scared. And so they might act defensive or push you away, and it triggers this sense of unworthiness in somebody else. And in their fear, they start to react, and it's just a ping pong of fear back and forth and back and forth, right? It just shows up differently. Let's look at action. On action, we have the Queen of Cups in reverse, then we have the Knight of Pentacles, and then we have the Queen of Pentacles. So someone is very, like I said, very practical in how they want to approach things, but very hesitant in actually taking the approach. Okay. So they're coming up with a plan as the Queen of Pentacles here, but with the Knight of Pentacles in reverse, it's kind of like, okay, well, I'm not really ready to take this action yet. It's because emotionally they're not all on board with it, right? Queen of Cups in reverse. And that's why we have action in reverse. There's this energy of hesitance. because we're moving into the place of needing to be reciprocal. This is like, I said this in the, what was it? The Virgo reading? No, actually it was a personal reading I did today, but this is going to be a very humbling experience in the collective right now. People are really going to see the ways in which they've like shit on opportunities, or they have not been their best selves in certain dynamics. And nobody's exempt from this, like myself included. Like everybody's going to have these realizations of, okay, this is where I effed up. Like this is what I have to heal. I could be a better self in this part of my life, in this way of how I view myself. And that's why we have this very reciprocal energy. Remember, because the Three of Pentacles is what you're a little resistant to, you wanting to be the leader. But it's learning that you don't have to be a title or a position of authority to lead. Like you can be in a team and just lead by example, lead by your reciprocity, right? Knowing that like, okay, you're willing to accept advice and you can be like, okay, yeah, I accept that. Thank you for that. And show gratitude. And that's leading by example. You don't have to literally lead the group. You can lead in your energy. You can lead and be like, okay, yeah, I'm going to lead you to a sense of compassion. I'm going to lead you to a sense of you're safe communicating with me. That's what this is about, because you have the Queen of Cups in reverse. Emotionally, there's a disconnect. There's this really, there's this desire to want to lead in the material. You're going to learn how to lead energetically, emotionally, being the one that shows up and is loyal, being the one that hears people, but can also speak for themselves, knowing that, okay, well, you're safe with me and I know that I can trust in you, right? And even if you, at the end of the day, are proven wrong that you can't trust them, you're unbothered by it. That's a Six of Pentacles. It's okay. I'm unshakable. Everything will come and go as it needs to be, right? And then we have all tied up, Nine of Swords. And the Ace of Swords in reverse. Ace of Cups. There's a real fear of accepting how you feel. There's a struggle to accept how you feel because how you feel is changing, and that's okay. So if you sit in this space of, I don't know how I feel, that's okay. But be honest with yourself. I don't know how I feel, or I'm scared to admit how I feel, or it's strange because I feel that the way I feel about this person or situation is changing. And I used to, for months, sit in this space of like despising them or hating them or loving them and adoring them. And now all of a sudden I feel differently. Why is that? What in me has shifted? It has more to do with the individual right now than it has to do with the situation. Okay, and this is for the collective. So take that, sit with it, chew on it a little bit, because the 9 minus the Ace of Swords is the 8 of Swords, which is the all tied up energy. There's a need for clarity here, but it's clarity of the emotional self. We find clarity in peace. It's proven scientifically that we find clarity in peace. We find clarity in calmness. Who the hell has ever found clarity in fight or flight? They're too busy running the F away or throwing up their fists. They are not going to be clear-headed at all. No, they're going to be flooded. So when you get to a place of knowing like, okay, I can sit, whether it's meditation, whether it's boxing or going to the gym or going on a hike or just sitting out in nature, like whatever it is for you, find that sense of clarity where you can really wipe your head clean of all thought, get to a place and really just sit with how you're feeling. That is where you are going to grow. That is where you're going to evolve. Bottom of the deck, we have the Hermit in reverse, which is quite literally the card of introspection. You are being challenged. Well, not so much challenge. You're given the opportunity in this pause before the new comes to embrace yourself, to figure out what it is inside of you that you most want to see. Okay, most need to see, most need to accept and heal. Okay, it's a really great space to be in. But Taurus, this is what I have for you. If you want a personal reading or a Reiki session, you can book it down below through my website in the description box. Like, share, subscribe. Please give this video a thumbs up. It does help the channel grow. I'd greatly appreciate it. And I will see you all next time. Bye-bye.